Ladies and gentlemen, all across the globe, welcome to another time of global discussion on mental health and illness and the solutions with some of our great panelists today. They are qualified. I have the awesome pleasure to introduce you to Miriam. Ladies and gentlemen, she's up in Norway. We have Brother Dean Adams down in Australia, and the awesome Nigel with us today over in the UK. My name is Kevin Vaughn here in the United States, and we are excited about you joining us today. I want you to pay attention because we got some good topics and some great people to share some great information with you today. With that said, I want to turn this over to Mr. Dean Adam. Deon, thank you so much, Miriam and Nigel, for being with us today.
Pleasure.
Each week we talk about different topics, and this week's important because since that planetary alignment we've just had, everybody's noticing the intense energy change. It's been emotions have been heightened, things that have been hidden, and emotions and people's the things have been people that have been hiding, and then truths are coming to the surface. Also, energies are shifting. We've all been tired this week, even to the point where I just didn't even go to work today. I just needed me time today. And it's important that through life, with all the different energy changes and shifts in the planet, and through our families, our friends, our business colleagues, sometimes you just have to create different boundaries and limits with your interactions. Miriam and I were talking about this earlier. We all agreed as we came into the meeting tonight to talk about this because that will affect your emotions. Because as you shift from different energies from low to high vibration, when you're in a lower vibration, it can be can be depressive, especially people that don't sleep well and tend to then fall asleep through the day. Because if you're asleep through the night and then awake through the night and sleeping through the day, you're not getting enough serotonin and melatonin to help your mental health. I now have a very rigid and somewhat flexible life. I'm up at 5:30. I swim. I do what's called Qigong, which is like Tai Chi. Then I do.
I've done that, sorry, yeah, but Qigong.
Yeah, well, however it's pronounced. I have enough trouble with English.
Qigong. It's like
Yeah,
therapy, it's relaxation.
yeah, it's very, very fluid. It's gentle because most of my spine's fused together from accidents, but it's gentle. It is a form of self-defense.
Yeah.
And then we do a meditation straight after it, which is called the inner smile, which is quite funny, which it ends up being funny. But it's important that when you feel these energies shifting and changing, that you learn to take the time for yourself. It isn't selfish. It's self-care.
Yep.
We talk about self-care a lot, which is important. These shirts you see me wearing week to week, they're for mental health. I spent a lot of money on these shirts. I've given half of them away. A company here in Australia produced them with a building supply company and a building company because they noticed through COVID in particular that people were committing suicide on the workplace, and that not good, and that got good. And as we talked about week to week, mental health is not supported well and throughout the world, whether it's in Sweden, England, America, Uganda, where another one of our friends comes into our sessions and talks about. And here in Australia in particular, mental health is not well supported. They talk about it a lot, but they don't do enough about it. But through these shirts creates conversation because sewn across the back of this shirt creates conversation, funny enough. And I don't know how many conversations I've ended up in that I've then sort of given people basic skills and abilities to cope with day-to-day life. But at the moment, the energy shift and change in the planet is huge. And since that planetary alignment, which hasn't happened for thousands of years, It won't happen again for another lot of thousands of years. And we've all noticed that we've been tired. But it's sometimes you have to listen to your body.
Yes.
People do not listen to their body.
Definitely.
If your body's telling it to rest, well, fucking rest, for God's sake.
Cool.
Like yesterday afternoon, I left work early. I came home and slept for a couple of hours. I had a light meal and went back to sleep again. I was awake again at 5 like I normally am. Went and had my swim. I talked to my teacher. We did our meditation and said, look, I'm just going to go for a massage today and just me time. So I just relaxed. Patrick, good. And it's important that you have that time, because stresses in today's life with all energy, especially with the mobile phone signals are chaotic around the world. There is ways, there is tools and things that you can get to help cope with that. If anybody needs any information on that, they can contact me privately. But then since, Patrick, have you noticed in Uganda, since that planetary alignment the other Saturday, that things have been like, people have been really tired and sort of irritable?
Come again?
Patrick, have you noticed since those planets were aligned, since then, the people have been extremely tired and irritable?
Yes.
Miriam, have you noticed that a lot in Norway?
Yes, I was super tired. I have actually booked a trip for myself on Friday. I booked this one on Sunday. I feel I just need to find time for myself, have me time, go back to my soul, find my power within myself, have a couple of weeks with just my laptop with me, have my things while I'm doing. I normally have a lot of people around me and have people I do things with around me. So that will be the first time in my really long time. I have some day in New Zealand in 1999 and in Bali many years ago. But the first time for a long time, I'm going for something like this, just to have time for myself, to relax and be in line with everything happening right now. I believe the energy field we have right now is quite heavy for everyone. So it's a new direction, it's something new. We'll connect, and we all have this thing. The good thing is that I believe when we have this kind of strong energy around us, we also get a level up, all of us. We evaluate a lot of people around us to see things on a new wrinkle. We get more inspired, we get things, but we're able to do that. We need to come back to ourselves, find back to our inner power, the power we have within ourselves, the life we have within ourselves, so we can create the things and see how it can benefit us.
Nigel, can you please expand on that from your perspective, please?
Well, I've noticed, I mean, I apologised earlier before you came on. I mean, I've not been on Mixed this for a few weeks because there's been a very bad influenza type thing going around in our country. But having said that, I'm over that now. But I've been out experiencing, as you say, the last week or two with I mean, I have insomnia anyway. Well, I don't know. I like to work through the night. I feel better in the early hours. It's quiet. But as you say, in the day, then you're sleeping a bit and you're not getting your serotonin, etc. But it's important what you said, and Miriam, about self-care, self-love. I've done a document on it if anyone's interested in reading it a while ago on you have to find your own ways. I think some people like to go for a walk, some people like to go have a drink with friends, some people like to go out for a meal, but look after yourself. It's very important. Effectively, what we're doing is caring for the carer. We're the caring people, and someone's got to care for us. And I find personally meditation for me, not what works for one might not work for another, but for me, when I'm feeling a bit low, a bit tired, get the meditation on, sit down, have a break. I call it a little break from life for a while, meditating. And it just helps to just, refocus me and get me back on course.
Nigel, Patrick, can you, from your perspective, what do you do for yourself to relax? Because you have a busy life with your practice. What do you actually do for yourself to relax?
For me, when by the end of the day, I find myself I'm too exhausted and I feel like I need to be in my home. No matter what I do, I just close my room, sit, watch TV, and probably kind of relax in my mind. That's how I do it. And maybe at times I listen to good music, kind of reviving my spirit and refreshing my mind. And that's how I do it.
It's Kevin, and what do you find of a benefit in your own life to relax because of your busy life?
Yeah, one thing, everyone, I do is just get out and walk. We have a lot of sidewalks in our neighborhood, so just get out and walk. And also, too, recently, I don't think I told you guys, I bought an electric scooter. So I'll take my scooter and just start riding around the city on the sidewalks as well. So just getting out, getting that fresh air, as you have suggested in the past, and just getting away from the home or even office here, and just enjoying a good walk or a good ride on the bicycle or the scooter. That helps me tremendously. Or sometimes just getting in the car and go shopping. Just go out and go buy something that I need.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was going to say
retail
about that.
therapy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to say about that, Kevin. Added on from that is some years I came. It's probably not original to me, but I came up with the idea of task reward philosophy.
Yeah.
We have to look after other people. We're self-employed. When you've done it at a project or something's gone well or whatever, treat yourself. No one else is going to treat you. If it's just going for a coffee, as you say, or a walk, treat yourself. Have a carrot on the end of a stick. You can treat yourself and say, "Well, I've done that. That went really well. I'm going to go and do X, A, B, and C."
We should get a hat designed that holds a carrot in front of a stick. Yeah, that'll look funny. It's life's too short to be a grumble bum.
Yeah, I think Amazon got those hats, don't they? I think
Instead of those Aussie hats with the corks on, we're going to have some
Yeah,
carrot.
have a little carrot dangling across the front. That'll look funny. Imagine in Uganda, Patrick, we have a hat with a carrot dangling in the front.
Carrot on a stick.
if I can
No,
find
but like it's even when I go for my swim at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, I just float in the ocean for 20, 30 minutes, emptying my mind and just floating because there's no noise.
Mm.
I believe that's super important. Find some moment on a daily basis where you can find back to yourself, because we can't help anyone around us if you don't take this me time, whatever it is, if that is a walk or whatever. I have my daily exercise. I love to take time in the evening just to relax a few minutes before I do something else, because that is really important to see. You can't serve anyone if you don't have this kind of time for yourself.
A word that came up that Nigel mentioned, carers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the carers around the world do it tough.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that end up burnt out.
Right.
Because they're caring for someone that could be mentally handicapped, physically handicapped, they could be elderly. I know I cared for my mother for 3 years, and that ain't easy sometimes because when people are not well, they get very demanding. As good as my mum was, sometimes she was a pain in the ass. But would I do it again? Yes, I would.
Yeah.
But it's a commitment that you choose to do. It's not something that you do willingly. Well, in my case, I chose to do it
And
because I didn't.
It's also a job that you've had no training for. Generally, it's something that you feel you have to do because it's your mother, So you may not be totally suited to that role, but you have to put the square peg in a round hole to make it work.
Sometimes the square peg is banged into the round hole.
Yeah. I mean, I've had to look after my mother for a while. Not look after her in as like, you know, I've took her out and took her for meals, and we've gone shopping, and I know after a while that she started to get to expect it, and to also want to control it as well. You know, where
No, I
do
lived with my mother for 3 years.
oh wow.
No, we had someone come in and shower her. Like the carers in around the world, there is help out there. This is one of the point I'm leading up to. There is help out there if you reach out.
Mm.
Here in Australia, we organised for someone to shower my mother. I cook my mother's breakfast and dinner, and sometimes we'd get lunch ready. But there was someone come and shower, and they would play cards with her and whatever. But it was good.
Mhm.
You know, it's quite often people. I don't know how to approach this. People fight over inheritances, but they won't fight over looking after their loved ones.
Yes.
But it's important that when we looked at the aged care facilities here, they're terrible. So I said to Mum, look, I will come and live with you and look after you so you don't have to go into these aged care homes because they're terrible.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is not an easy thing to do,
No.
but would I do it again? Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Miriam?
I think that's super important because time is one of the most important, expensive thing we have in our life. We all have 24-hour day, and the time we never have it back. When we lost our time, we have never get it back. To have a daily life where we filled with thing we love to do is quite important. It is this moment because that is then we bring with us the moment we share with all other ones. It's this one we will remember for the future as well. To create moment in daily life will help us for the future. To be able to create new thing in future as well, and to create the life we love to have. And how do we do that in practice? How can we create things? And it's also when we give our time to someone else, when we give to serve someone else or back to ourselves as well, we get blessed. We have much more blessing in life, and everything much more flowing system as well, because everything we give out to someone always get back in different things in life. That can be if you give a hug for someone, maybe don't hug you back, but you get some blessing from another part from someone else. You know, everything's connected. Everything we give it always back to ourselves. So for the daily life, where we get to connect with people, where we feel fulfillment, and to be able to have this fulfillment feeling is so important to take care of ourselves first. Create time for yourself because you are the most important part. And if you can be able to serve someone else, you need to take care of yourself, what you want in your life, what's really important. In all aspects in life, have boundaries for yourself, and have boundaries is quite important to see and to be able to create the person you want to be. You can't give of yourself or everyone else around you all the time because that means that you will be emptiness. If I drink up my water glass and I feel it full, it will go empty. So you need to follow your water glass all the time. The thing is important for you. Create things in life where you can be able to grow, where you can feel that you are safe and have the things you need in your daily life.
And one of the things, and especially with carers, they can end up burnt out.
Yes.
That's why it's important for the carers to have time. So then they all have to organise someone that they're caring for to be looked after for a week or whatever it is, so they have can rest. Because otherwise, because so many parents, siblings, sons or daughters that look after their parent or loved one or whoever it is, you see them constantly. You can see how exhausted they are.
Yeah.
Because especially as someone that's a high needs special care. But if you see someone like that, stop and say hello.
Right.
Stop and talk to the carer in particular.
Right.
And say, you're doing a great job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because sometimes they go through life without any
Right.
or thanks or anything. There's no appreciation. It's expected.
Yeah.
Well, I think adding on to that, Deon, you know, we should, as a society, thank people more. I don't think we do it enough. Yeah, even anyone who's helping you or through the day shop assistant, petrol seller, whatever. Just make them feel appreciated.
Because we live in a world of this
Fast.
one.
Yeah.
This today's society, they have this air of entitlement.
Yeah.
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 There's so many, when I watch people, even this last few days, they still feel like they're entitled to everything and they don't want to work for anything. They're just expected.
Right.
I walked out on a special dinner the other night because of something that happened, but I set strict boundaries. So I just walked out.
Right.
And I made the point that needed to be made. It was about respect.
Yeah.
You need
Yeah.
to respect yourself more. Comes back to self-care and self-reliance again.
And I believe we can see that everything's connected as well. When you see, understand that everything around us is connected by frequency. Even the water you drink will change the structure based on the mind you have and the thought you have for the water or for yourself. So, you know, whenever you get clear in your mind and can see how important or powerful your thoughts for yourself is, and that it takes time for yourself, is also opening up a new vision, a new door out there. How to be in line and be the best version of yourself, because everything is connected. We are so much water within our body. I think that is 60% water. So when we understand that our mind create our future, is create our reality, it's so much more easy to create the life we love to have as well.
I have an experiment for everybody to do right now. Go and get 2 glasses of water, just only short ones, half full. So all go and get 2 glasses of water. I'll give you a minute or two to go. Nigel, Patrick, you'll be interested in this one. Kevin, go and get 2 glasses of water.
I will.
Bill, did you say?
It's half full. That's all you need. I've done this a lot, Patrick. So you have, because what you do is you have to blow energy, your thoughts into the glass. So if you've got 2 glasses, Patrick, that you can dip the water into.
Have a bottle of water.
Well, anyway, it might work still. And have them spread apart, Miriam, so the energy's not close. So put one away from you somewhere and one in front of you. So have one in front of you and put the other one on a table away from you. So it has to be this will be interesting. I've done this with a lot of people. It's really fascinating. It's exactly what you were talking about. Remember Dr. Omoto?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the same experiment. It works instantly.
2 waters?
Yeah, now put one right away from you, so one in front of you.
One over there.
Yep.
One there.
And one right in front of you. This will be interesting. Okay. Now, Kevin, put one right away from you. So the energy from where, okay. Right. Now sit it in front of you. Now I want you to bring up every horrible memory that you've had, every piece of bitterness, anger, when people have spat energy, horrible things at you. I want you to think of all of those and then blow that in. Before you do, taste the water. Taste the water before you do anything, so you know what it smells and tastes like. Right, so you're familiar what it tastes like? Okay, now bring up all of the memories where someone's yelled at you, whether someone's been angry with you, or even emotions you've felt towards someone of anger or whatever it's been. And then think of those, and then blow those feelings into that water. And just keep bringing them, go back as far as you can, 10, 15 years or whatever. And every time you come up with a memory, whether it's anger or bitter, then blow that memory into the water. So Miriam, you got to keep blowing the memories into the water, not just think them. Every time a memory where someone's been angry or yelled at you or screamed or they've been something more violent towards you, blow that memory into the water and the feelings into the water.
Well, I'm running out of breath. Is that many?
But I think this is actually interesting. I've done this numerous times with people. I'll give it another minute or two and then we'll stop.
So imagine what comes back when you think about it, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
What you start to remember that you thought was well gone.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay, that should be enough. Now stop. Now smell the water and then notice what you notice. Does it smell bitter?
Yeah.
You all notice how bitter it is? Now just taste a tiny little bit of it.
Sure.
look at Nigel's face. Okay, now put that one away over to the side. Now grab the other one that you had that's fresh, and just take that. Now blow all good memories, all the things you loved, people that have loved you, people who have supported you. Now I want you to blow all the love you can compile up, bring every loving thought into your head, and blow that into this glass. So every time you felt love from someone or be loved, or the loving thoughts you had, just keep blowing the energy, that soft, loving energy into the glass or the container you got your water in.
I don't think Miriam's blowing, are you, Miriam? She's not found any good ones yet, I don't think.
Come on, Mary, you're supposed to blow it into the glass, not just in your head. Come on, we're watching it. All right, okay, that'll do. Now get the glass you had originally and tip the glass you just blew all the love in and tip some of that into the original one you put all the hateful, horrible feelings into.
Should I drink first of the good one?
No. Just tip the good one into the bad one.
All of it, yeah?
Oh, as much as you can. Doesn't have to be a lot.
The good in the dark one, okay?
Yeah. Okay,
Right.
stop.
There we go.
Now smell the one that's combined. It'll smell completely different.
It doesn't hardly smell like the other one.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
very good.
But now drink the whole lot. I'll explain why in a minute.
Tasted all right.
Because what you just did, all the positive thoughts neutralized all the negative. You might find you might have a little bit of a movement later on.
Great.
But because we're made of mostly water, which Miriam was talking about, that's why my mind went straight to that. Now that's something we can all do simply. It's a very simple exercise. We have 2 glasses.
Yeah.
You smell and taste both of them, so you know what they're like. Then you firstly blow all the negative, horrible memories that come up, bitter, anger, judgment, whatever it is, into the water, into the first one. You put that away from yourself, then you blow love. And if you've never felt love, think of something that you do love, like a nice flower. You might have a movie you like to watch that's got loving energy in it, or people loving one another. You may not have ever experienced love, but find something that you enjoy and breathe that energy into the second one. Now, then tip the.
It's a great exercise. Where did you get that from then? Is that something you developed yourself, or have you acquired it?
That's something that's based on Dr. Emoto's experiment. They're just so simple. I thought, oh, well, you can do that on a simple form.
Yeah.
It's very simple. It's just one that, because then because it goes through our body, it then neutralizes all the anger that you have in your liver, because your liver is a filter.
Yeah.
And that's because that's where all your emotions are sitting.
That's good. That's good, Deon. Yeah, I don't have to be licensed to do that one.
First class, definitely You can
So the
definitely,
first glass is your negative,
yeah, you can
Yeah.
smell that, yeah.
and you can spending so much bitterness you've had in your life. If you're lucky enough to have not much of it, well, it's not so bad. But
Right.
because by the time you get to our ages, you usually had a little bit of it here and there, or a lot, depending on your life. But then you sit that one away from yourself. Then you blow loving, happy feelings into the second glass.
Yeah.
And if you haven't had much of that in your life, think of even kids' cartoons or a happy movie that you may have watched or something like that, where you've observed something being happy or something that gives you some joy in life. It's unfortunate there is people in this world who've never experienced joy.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
can
you
relate that
can-
to really life as well, that how important thoughts is, because exactly the same thing. When you can change the water so easily, and the same in our mind as well. When we learn,
It just shows you how powerful your mind is.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
Wow.
seen the trick with the where you put your arm up and you get someone to hold your arm and you think negative thoughts and your arm goes right, and then when you think positive, they can't move your arm.
No, that's called kinesiology, my friend.
Is it?
Yes, it's kinesiology. And I can do the same thing with mobile phones.
Mm.
It's Miriam, we did that with Chris Duncan stuff. You're pointing the thing, laser pointer, your hands, the laser pointer,
Mhm.
and you go white light, and because you're focused, you can't move the arm. As soon as you do
Right.
focus, the arm can drop.
Yeah, that's right. Kinesiology. I've heard of that word. Yeah.
It's only focus. It's energy. It's moving energy. I do it, but I didn't know I was doing it years ago. And then someone told me I'm doing kinesiology. But okay.
Because
We're all
hands
energy.
like
We
this,
just
it also feels there's an energy field between. So
Yeah,
when you see that everything is energy, it's so much more easy to see the world around you as well. You said this example with them, or you don't need to do this exercise, but even it's very good as well to see everything around us are based on energy and frequency.
yeah.
that's another thing. You can get that, like say that's full of water.
Yeah.
You can because part of what the work I do, it's moving energy in people's bodies. I don't know how you work, Patrick, but do you use your hands on with people?
Using hands expression,
Like energy, do you put hands over people using your energy to help heal?
maybe praying.
Well, that's I practice. It's called pranic healing or pranic healing, however you
Yeah.
pronounce it.
Pranic healing.
That is moving energy because I'm a professional pranic healer. But it's you can, like, I can feel the energy between my hands,
If you
and
rub
you
your
can
rub your hands, that you can feel,
you've got chakras in the middle of your
feel
palms,
the energy
on
between
the
your
ends of your fingers.
Mm.
So if you massage the middle of your palm of your hand, that's a chakra in the middle. You've also got on the tips of your fingers. So in this hand, it's positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. On this hand, it's negative, positive. When you see people doing this, they're creating a circuit.
It's for the mudra.
There's also another one that's like this. That's one I do in the morning. But that's another, I'd have to take, that's quite a process. But when you compress the energy with the exercises I do in the morning with the Qigong, you're compressing that energy and then putting it into the base chakra, then to the heart chakra, and then into the crown and the ones above. But explain this.
Breaking up.
Got a little delay there,
With the
Deon.
work I do,
Oh, he's back.
with the work, I'll let it sit for a minute. Miriam, do you want to talk further on energy while my internet settles?
Okay, Yeah, like you said, everything starts with your mind and your energy you have for your thoughts in your heart, and how the heart's connected with your crown chakra as well, or the upper world is quite important to see how everything is in line. So change your focus to with love, to be grateful, to be thankful for everything around you, and you also switch different kind of frequency within yourself and can create a new reality as well, to start to see everything's connected by our feelings and emotion, so we can be in line with this frequency as well. What do you want to achieve in your life? That's why we need to have people around us and show new idea, to see how important our thoughts and belief have for yourself, to switch the thing, because we are this soul, we have God's creation, we are that within ourselves, and it's up to us to choose how much light we want to have within ourselves, how much we open up. And when we open up for all these things in life, we also feel some boundaries or some blockage sometimes, because it can be too much. It's why it's important to see why it can feel like that. At the same time, that is conscious choice as well, how much light we want to have in ourselves, because we can create everything we want in our life and use this energy to help others and help yourself and heal yourself. But we need to see how can we be in line. And the reason why is based that we have every single person, God's creation, have the light in ourselves. We're already part of it, and already part of all this universe around us, all the energy, all this frequency, and everything's connected. That means that if you feel sad, it also depends that I can feel the same sadness as well, because our mind is in line with the environment around us. This is why it's so important to care for ourselves, so we can support others, to be able to change the frequency for them as well, because everything is in line. And that's why you can see, for example, if you don't have the right frequency, you can get sick, both mentally and also in the health, physical sickness as well, because everything's created by our mind, the thought we have for yourself, and the frequency we have. And if you
It's
look
important in following on from that. It was discovered for healthy cells to be created, they need to be minus 25 to minus 30 millivolts. And if they get to plus 25 to 30 millivolts, that's where disease can happen. So it's important to make sure that each of your chakras and your cells are at that minus 25 to minus 30 millivolts. But there's a process that can be used to correct that.
Yeah, so for example, you have a good healing session by yourself, or you get in line, you heal, you can feel the energy field from the whole body and how everything's connected with different kind of chakra, and whole energy field within yourself as well. When you screen your body, and you can see how it looks like, and you can feel the energy field around you, because we have that source as well within ourselves. We have all this power to create these things within ourselves, but we need to take daily time in the morning, for example, when you can have this kind of process by yourself. How do you feel, and how can you get a better life today, and how can we switch our frequency so we can be the best version of ourselves for them we meet on a daily basis.
Well, so that's why it's important, if you can, get yourself into the salt water, because of the minerals and that's in the salt water to cleanse the body.
Wow.
Even if you're just paddling, even if you just get your ankles into the water, at least it's something.
You use that in pranic healing, don't you? Salt water to take the negative energy away.
Yeah, so I usually have a bucket half full of salt water, heavily salted water, that you're flicking the negative diseased energy off into, because you're drawing the negative energy out and then flicking it into the bucket.
Yeah.
And it's if I don't have that, I use a virtual bucket which has an angelic violet fire in it, which I'm flicking it off into that, because I've done all the levels of pranic, even the crystal pranic healing. It seems a very simple process, but it's a matter of building your energy body up before you start. Patrick, what sort of healing do you do in your own practice in Uganda?
Have you on mute there, Patrick?
Normally, can have counseling as part of healing process. You can also be praying with someone. It is also part of healing process. And at times, really, it goes down to talking to somebody's problem. Is something which is the genesis of the healing of somebody's mind and body. So normally that's how we do it. We first talk, we educate somebody about what is going through and how he can overcome it, and you give hope. When you give hope, that actually the healing will happen, and that's where the healing comes from.
Well,
So
that's an approach that's very refreshing to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a shame that sort of type of approach with people in that situation should happen worldwide. Because I know in the Philippines they use pranic healing in their hospitals, and nurses and doctors use pranic healing alongside the modern techniques.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know I've seen what happens with people.
I've just been reading a book on pranic healing, funny enough, Master Stephen Coe.
Yeah, that's on there, Master
It's
Coe.
called Your Hands Can Heal You. It's about...
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, it's one of the many books I've got.
Yeah,
because he was Master Quo. I can't pronounce his name probably. Master.
Chocock Sui or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Chop Suey, Master Chop Suey. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but because it was originally developed in the Philippines.
Wow.
Yeah. He's been working with Tony Robbins recently. He does...
that guy's a wank. But anyway, that's just anyway. We won't go there. Because what people don't realise, so when Tony Robbins comes off the stage, Master Co's in the back doing pranic healing on him to keep him going.
All right.
He's been doing that for years.
Yeah, I do some of his meditations on Facebook. He does a couple of meditations in the week, Master Stephen Coe.
Yeah, his one on prosperity was really good.
Yeah,
the one where he talks about
anger was good the other week. He did.
Yeah, no, he has a weekly one that he posts.
It's normally one of two different meditations. One is channeling.
You've got the
Twin Arts.
Oh, what's it called? I haven't done it for a little while. I've forgotten what it is now. It's been a little while. But
Deon, real quickly, I just wanted to ask the panel about how important laughter is throughout the day, or throughout the week or whatever. People don't laugh enough, or at least have a good time.
In China, they actually do a laughing meditation.
Wow.
You start laughing as you're bending over and you're laughing, and you can't stop.
Right.
That's actually next week. We're all going to do that.
Yeah.
Next week we'll do that.
I believe everyone have recognized when you have a good and love a lot of things, or open up new doors. So it's super important to see how that is connected as well. So create good moment, create good time, because you get so much more blessed, and think it's so much more easy around us when you have a good time with someone. So we really need that in our life to see how can we love. That is super important.
And when you connect to your inner child, which mine quite often plays around, it's
I would have thought that Deon somehow.
I
would have thought that.
My inner child plays a lot. It's like when my sessions with my clients, if it's getting too serious, I get a vision of SpongeBob or some cartoon in my head. And then they go, "What are you laughing at?" And then you tell them what you're laughing at, and all of a sudden the energy lifts again.
Yeah. SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah, it's that cartoon. Yeah, with
one of the things I use, it's there's different ones you get, but they're pretty much the same thing. It's an emotional chart where you've got at the bottom depression, despair, at the top you've got joy, and various levels in between. And you can when you're talking with someone after a few minutes, you can work out where they are on the chart,
Yeah. Yeah,
and then
it's
you
their
can then,
values level, what you're looking at.
and then you can then move them up from there. So
Yeah.
that's
No,
something I use.
that's another good one where you can, so we'll talk about that one for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I've got it printed on me. It's you've heard of Abraham Hicks? I mean, this is just
Yeah,
one of theirs I
most people
use.
have heard of them.
But there's different ones it's called the law of attraction emotional scale. I don't know if
Yeah.
you can't see it because I've got one on the screen on. But as I say at the bottom, you've got fear, grief, depression, despair, powerlessness, and then it moves up through. And as it moves up, you get to boredom, contentment, hopefulness, optimism, and it moves up to joy at the top. So you've got a full spectrum from the bottom to the top. So you can pinpoint where someone is, and then you can move them up. You can use your skills to move them up the scale, even if you need one or two, you've moved them up from when they came in. Abraham
Yeah,
Hicks'
but
law of attraction emotional scale.
yeah, no, that's a good one. That's if you've got a PDF of that, we can paste that along with tonight's session.
Do you want me to post it in? I'll post it in the chat if you like.
Yeah, that'd be good. And then Kevin, can you stick that in with the at the end of the Facebook link? That would be good for people to see.
No
Because
problem.
anything we can give to support people through this
Yeah.
journey that we like, because the whole world's mental. You can either be joyfully mental or angry mental. Just choose to be joyfully mental.
And I mean, that's a choice as well to see that you choose to be positive mindset instead of having negativity, and to be surrounded with negative people. Even if life can be hard, it's fine, but that's a wonderful process. But you have the power in your hand to change. How can we handle it? How can we see things, and how can we act about based on what happened? And like you said, choose your mind to see things from a new winkel. See it like a cartoon, whatever. See something different in this process as well. And in 100 years, how will it look like? Will it's really hard today be something for the future? Sometimes we have a really hard problem in the daily life, but if we're looking for the same perspective 100 years later, we don't be there anymore. Sometimes help us to switch the belief we have at the moment for something else as well.
No, it's extremely, as we talked about when we first came on, to have that time to yourself.
Yeah.
To realign and reassess where you are in life. Like, as I said today, I thought, nah, fuck it, I'm not going to work. I got up, did my swim, my Qigong, which is like Tai Chi, if you haven't heard of that. Then we do what's called an inner smile, which is a known Qigong meditation, which connects you to your inner self.
Yes.
Because the one truth is love.
Yeah. Amen. Deon, as you was talking, I wanted to have you say a few words because we have a lot of our first responders in our network that are nurses and doctors and first responders, specifically nurses, both male and female. Can you say a few words to them about how to really, I guess, protect themselves or?
Well, the best thing is for that is to find someone to help them teach them meditation. And there's basic things that they can help. There's some different points under here.
Yeah.
And there's a point directly. There's that V bone in your neck, the bottom of your neck. If you slide your finger just below that, and if you press that, and if you're stressed, it's like a rescue point. You just press firmly on that, and if you all do that now, just put your finger on that. You'll feel that V bone in your neck. Slide your finger down. You'll feel like an indent, and just press it firmly, and you'll find you just go into a deep state of relaxation.
A little bit like a pressure point, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a pressure point. It's your rescue point.
I don't know if you can see that with this very well with this screen, but
No, yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. The guy that I've learned from, he's been taught a very ancient version of Qigong, and he's included spirituality into it, which is really unusual, which is good for me. But that one point, that rescue point, if nurses or even doctors, some of them might even know this. This is a kinesiology thing. You just press it. Yeah, especially if you can't sleep, just press it firmly for 5 minutes. And just pull your ears. Just do that for a couple of minutes, and you'll just relax. Boy, because I've been fortunate enough, I've been connected with a lot of good people. The lady that taught me that was an American acupuncturist. She told me all the points around the ear.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you have Anna Bocca.
We did do this a few weeks ago. And there's another point like and you just keep tapping backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
And that relaxes. But that point in the middle, if you press that, you will relax minds. And that's simple. And that other one where you cup your hands underneath your kneecaps, if you come across someone that's been in a car accident or some sort of trauma, if they're awake enough, just get them to cup their hands underneath their kneecaps and just the energy of the trauma will just wash out of the soles of their feet. That's an
I've just sent that document to the chat, guys. If you want to download it or save it.
Kevin, can you please grab that and stick it in with the recording from tonight, please?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I also have this Anna Bocca, like you said, this meditation as well, when it's quite important how your heart feeling, get into it, this energy you have between your hands, and you put it, for example, on your head, start with your crown chakra and get back, like they said, here and to the arms as well, and downstairs for your feet. To see everything's connected. I know I sent you a music link for the last one, a song I sent you, Kevin. You can put this on if you want to, if you have that easy accessible. This I send you from on Messenger on this.
Okay.
Last one. Do you find it?
It's in the message in the Facebook message.
Yes, yeah, I can send it again if you want to.
Okay. No, yeah, let me go. Yeah, let me go look, Miriam. I didn't look yet, so let me go look real quick.
There's so many really simple techniques for nurses and doctors and people that have been in like traumatic and stressful situations. That one where you just press that point just under and that, I think it's where your thymus is. It's such a simple thing. Even Patrick, if you got stressed patients in your clinic, just get them, it's that where that sort of V bone is in the bottom of your neck, get them to slide their finger just below that, and you'll find there's like a divot when they just get him to press it and just keep pressing it, and they'll just relax. Especially people that come into your clinic really stressed and upset, just or even get someone to do it for them if they can't do that.
So Miriam, this is the 43-second one you just sent?
But I don't. This one I sent for you.
Yeah, that's 43 seconds. Is that
Maybe.
the one? You want me to play that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let me share the screen here. Bring that up real quickly. Make sure I got all the sound working well here for you. And I should be able to pull it up in a second here. This one here, Miriam, okay?
Not this one. No, not this one. I will send it again.
Okay, no problem.
Then this is another. This is the music.
Very good. Let me go to my Facebook page here real quickly.
Yeah, I send you a messenger.
Very good. Should be in here. Got too many screens open here today, but that's okay. There we go. I should be able to bring it up.
This one. Yeah.
That one, yeah. Is that
That is just music. Yeah.
oh, music only. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. I don't know if
And this kind of meditation like Deon was talking about. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm not sure if it'll play from here. We have it set up. I don't see it. It's not opening up here, Miriam, for some reason.
Patrick, there's another one I just dumped into the chat. That's the one I wrote 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Miriam, why it's not working there.
If you open the one I just sat in, that's good for people to relax.
Save that. And let me go open that one real quickly in the download. Let me, I don't think I have a share set up for you guys yet. Hold on a second.
You just go to share and share computer audio.
Deon, that's it. One.
Not exactly the one I thought it was going to be.
Like that. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Try the second one I sent you.
Okay.
Just need things that are relaxing, just to help.
Yeah.
Just
very good. Yeah.
Sure it was that one.
That's beautiful, Deon. I like that. I like that. Very nice. Wow, beautiful. There's a second one, Deon. Looking for the second one. I believe that's the second one. I hope. Can you hear that okay, Miriam? Can you hear that okay?
I once was lost, but now I'm found with God in us.
Yeah, that's the one.
Heaven bound. Together we love, together we stand. The love is true. I know you understand. He's looking out, he's looking out for us. Without a doubt, without
Especially
a doubt,
nurses and doctors and
he's always
carers around the world.
out. Yes, we make mistakes, but God is inside of us, and the Holy Spirit, He guides us around us all. He lives within to show the way. We find peace in Him. He's looking out, He's looking out for us. Without a doubt, He's always looking out. Love and truth, it will set us free. Take off the chains that bound our feet. We will not lose, even if we fall. We've been made free, free after the fall. He's looking out, He's looking out for us. Without a doubt, He's always looking out.
Wow, beautiful. Yeah, beautiful, Deon.
They're just a song I wrote about 2 weeks ago. But the whole point of the song is to come back to within the self.
Yeah,
It's not selfish at all. It's self-worth, it's self-belief. Because as we talked about at the beginning of the evening, we need me time.
yeah,
Like, we just need time to just stop. We're so busy in the doing, we forget to be. We're not human doings, we're human beings.
yeah.
And as I've said numerous times, people are dying longer. They're not living longer.
Right.
It is time to live longer and a happier life. Instead of focusing on the things that you think are wrong with yourself, focus on the rest of the thing that is good with yourself.
Yes.
It's important.
Because it sounds like a silly statement. People are dying or living longer. But think about it for a minute. Do you want to be dying longer or living longer? I choose to live longer and have things that are wrong with bottle of fuck and put all my energy into that. As Miriam and Nigel and Patrick and Kevin, we've all agreed that if you put all your focus and energy into the parts of you that are good, the rest of it will come along with you.
Yeah.
Nigel's feeling much better after his illness, but now focusing on being healthy.
Yeah.
It's really super important that you start focusing on living a long and happy and healthy life.
Yeah.
Instead of focusing on negativity. It might sound like an easy thing, but in some people's lives, it's not quite an easy thing.
Right.
I've been there. Miriam's been there. Nigel's been there. Then I've been there in different.
That's why we need places like this. Super important to have a community with like-minded, support people, or help us see things from a new winkel, get new energy to be able to create something new. So this is super important to have that.
Can you expand on that a bit more, Miriam, before we close off tonight?
I believe it's important to have people around us who can see things from a new winkel, can understand how can we change our frequency, how can we change our energy within ourselves, how can we change our mindset to create this life we want to have a more fulfilled life. Because we have all been this in life when you feel you're lost in yourself or them around you, don't feel loved, you don't feel have all these things you want in your life, instead of focus what you have and to understand how gratitude is and how can find the love within yourself and the love to everyone around you as well, because everything is created by love, connection, gratitude, happiness, joy, everything is connected with these things, and open up this new way of thinking, a new frequency, a new vibration to be able to create the life you want to have instead. To have people who can show way, to be there, who can feel that you have the same kind of frequency, you share the energy with, is so important, because when we are together, we also, one thing is we change our thoughts, we also change the frequency in the same room as well. It's why it's so important to be in the place we can rise your energy, we can rise your vibration as well, because everything's connected. We can feel how people around us feel and are, even if they don't use the voice to us, but speak to us, we can feel just to be in the same place with them. We just feel the platform like this one, we can feel the same place, because we are a group together and we share this moment together, and then we also share the frequency together with all of you. So find a place who can support you, find a meditation group, some place you can find in line with the person. You are so important.
Nigel, would you like to say anything in closing?
Well, I think, as you said, we've come around to how we started. We have to remember that we have to look after ourselves as well as looking after the others. We have to put our strategies, whatever it is. I mean, sometimes I just go and lie on the bed and put the radio on for an hour. Something as simple as that. It doesn't have to be meditation or reading books or anything. It can just be something simple, or go and stroke your cat, or do a bit something that just gets you away from things for a while. So looking after yourself is prime important.
Patrick, would you like to say anything before we close off tonight?
Maybe to add on what the panelists have been saying also, we need always to be creating time for ourselves. We can't be everything in this world. We just have to believe that we can do something, and others can also start from where you started from, or you ended from. But we need to always find for ourselves. We need where how you started and where you are. You need to really assist your life. So it is very vital because you may find yourself you're doing other things for other people, but yourself you're not thinking about yourself.
Because if you burn yourself out, you're no good to anyone.
Yeah. In there.
Yeah, we've all been there at one point or another. So in closing tonight, for those carers, nurses, doctors, any of the emergency workers, anybody that's listening to this in those fields, or especially carers, come and talk to one of us or come to our Thursday night things. We'll teach you basic skills. Like some of the things I've shown tonight are very simple. And, you know, you can use it with your patients, clients, loved ones. It's important that the basic skills what we talk about each week. And it takes what's the stressful lives nurses and doctors and carers live in. Because I know myself, when I looked after my mum for several years, it does get very stressful at times. But you just need that time every now and again, just that me time, because it's not selfish at all. So anybody listening to this, if you need support, either reach out to one of us or someone that you know in your area. And we'll just close it off there tonight. Whoever's listening to this, thank you for listening, and reach out to one of us if you need any sort of support.
Amen. Yeah. Also, too, Deon, I want to make sure that people are listening, get your respective websites and contact information. So, ladies and gentlemen, as Deon just mentioned, thank you so much for listening. In the United States, ladies and gentlemen, you can hit either 911 if you have an emergency or 988 as we talk about mental illness and health today. So if you need help, reach out to 988 or 911 in the United States. Also, too, for getting in touch with Mr. Deon, go to conscioushealingarts.net. That's conscioushealingarts.net for Mr. Deon Adams. If you want to reach out to him to get some specific help and consultation, private and group as well, conscioushealingarts.net. For Miss Miriam up in Norway, ladies and gentlemen, go to anchoroffreedom.com to connect with Miriam, to set up an appointment or get some more information about your needs. These are qualified professionals in their areas. Anchoroffreedom.com. And for Nigel over in the UK, you can connect with Nigel on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. Nigel Artist at yahoo.co.uk. That is his email address, but he's also on Facebook. That's how we keep in touch with Nigel. Nigel Artist at yahoo.co.uk. And for my brother in Uganda, Brother Patrick, he's also on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. You can connect with Patrick in Uganda on Facebook. And for more information, if you guys have any problems, get in touch with them, let me know. I'll make sure you get their connections and their email addresses and their websites as well. So we want to thank you so much. Deon, back to you for final words there, sir.
Just like to close up by saying that ensure that you have a way to practice some of time, whether it's swimming, stroking, as Nigel said, whatever it is, it's important you find something to have that quiet time to rest the mind, because it's called mindfulness, not mindful, but it's being mindful of clearing the mind. So, because especially carers, doctors, nurses, living in a world of very stressful, sometimes emergency sort of situations, but especially carers, the ones that are caring for disabled children, adults, the elderly. It's not an easy thing.
Mm. Yeah.
They're the ones that really need more reach, and we can go through simple processes to help you cope with day-to-day life. We'll just close off there. And thank you all,
Thank you.
whoever's listening to this, for reach out in your own countries to emergency services or mental health things like Lifeline in Australia, or in emergency 000 in Australia. And thank you once again this weekend for listening. Sorry we weren't up last week, but we had technical issues.
Mm. Mm.
Well, thank you so much, Deon. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Miriam. Thank you so much, Nigel and Patrick. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much as well. I want you guys to share this out, right? Share this out. Reach out to these wonderful professionals around the globe there in your respective countries. And I'm sure that even out of country, they'll be glad to talk to you as well via their social media and their websites. I want to leave you with this as well. Remember to always outlove, outserve, and outforgive each other, ladies and gentlemen. Have an awesome and productive day and enjoy the moments and enjoy your wonderful life. Thank you so much, Deon, Nigel, Patrick, and Miriam. Thank you so much for your time today. This has been so impactful, and I'm going to have a great day today. No doubt about it.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
All right,
Bye.
everybody, take care.